Hello, everyone. Today's article is titled U.S. Government Shuts Down. It explains how a disagreement in Congress caused many U.S. federal offices to close temporarily. Museums, national parks, and countless public services were halted, affecting millions of people. But beyond the chaos, this story asks a deeper question. What happens when politics stops working? Let's pause for a moment before we move into the article. We'll watch a short clip related to today's topic. As you watch, think about what ideas or questions it brings to mind.
Anytime someone suddenly doesn't receive a paycheck that they're expecting for their house and their livelihood, it can really cause a lot of stress on themselves and their families, and it can cause a need for them to seek support from places like St. Vincent de Paul to get the food that they need to feed their families, to get help with rent, to get help with utilities. And we expect that we could see some increases with people in our community needing that help.
Now that we've seen the clip, let's take a step back. Before we dig into the details, it helps to explore a broader idea behind the story. This will guide how we understand what follows. Let's talk about political gridlock, when elected officials can't agree on how to govern. In many democracies, debates are healthy, but when conflict paralyzes action, ordinary citizens suffer. Shutdowns reveal not just budget issues, but a deeper breakdown of trust between leaders and the public. When faith in government erodes, even routine services feel fragile. What makes people lose trust in their government? Is it corruption, poor leadership, or endless political fighting? Trust in government erodes when citizens feel their leaders care more about winning arguments than solving problems. In the U.S. shutdown, both parties refused to compromise. Republicans demanding budget cuts, Democrats insisting on protecting welfare programs. As a result, hundreds of thousands of workers were sent home without pay, and public services from visa processing to park maintenance stopped. For ordinary citizens, this isn't just inconvenience. It's a reminder that political games have real human costs. When people watch lawmakers argue while their lives are disrupted, cynicism grows. They begin to see politics not as service but as self-interest. Rebuilding trust requires transparency, empathy, and a willingness to cooperate across party lines. Without that, democracy risks turning into a performance, loud, dramatic, but empty of progress. Now, to understand this article better, we need to familiarize ourselves with key vocabulary. We'll go over 3 important expressions, learn their meanings, and see them in action with example sentences. Let's start with come to a halt. It means to stop completely, often after a period of activity or progress. In the article, much of the U.S. government came to a halt when lawmakers failed to pass the budget. Here's an example. The construction project came to a halt after funding was cut. Next, we have put on hold. It refers to delaying or pausing something temporarily, usually until a problem is solved. During the shutdown, visa applications and business permits were all put on hold. Here is an example. Our plans to expand overseas were put on hold due to economic uncertainty. Finally, let's look at cynical. It describes a negative attitude where people doubt others' honesty or good intentions. In the article, many Americans grew cynical, believing that politicians care more about power than people. Here's an example. After years of broken promises, voters have become cynical about politics. Now that we've explored the main themes and vocabulary, let's reinforce our understanding with a summary dictation exercise. Listen carefully and fill in the blanks. In early October 2025, the U.S. government shut down after lawmakers failed to agree on budget bills. Non-essential offices closed, hundreds of thousands of federal workers were furloughed, and tourists found parks and museums shut. Essential services like air traffic control continued, but under strain. Each week of shutdown costs the economy billions of dollars and weakens public trust in politics. The crisis highlights how political gridlock in Washington can disrupt daily life and damage America's global reputation. Let's check the answers and review what each word means. The first answer is shutdown. It means that government operations stopped completely because no funding was approved. The second answer is budget bills. These are the laws that authorize how the government spends money. The third answer is closed. It means that non-essential offices stopped operating during the shutdown. The fourth answer is furloughed. It means workers were temporarily sent home without pay. The fifth answer is strain. It refers to pressure or tension on systems still functioning under stress. Well done, everyone. Today we explored how political gridlock can halt an entire government and erode public trust. Our discussion reminded us that democracy depends not just on elections, but on cooperation, accountability, and dialogue. So here's something to reflect on before our next session. Do you think government shutdowns should be possible in a modern democracy? Or should there always be backup funding? I look forward to hearing your insights next time. Until then, take care and keep reflecting.